Person 2. Guess what? Shenanigans ensue. Person 1 hates Person 2. Guess what? Still shenanigans ensue. Person 1 fake dates Person 2. Guess what? You guessed it. Shenanigans ensue. Co-host 1 reports a co-host 2. The name of the show? Shenanigans ensue. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jane, and welcome to Shenanigans Ensue.
A podcast where, well, I hope you enjoy the gloves you bought yourself.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I usually appreciate my own thoughtfulness.
I love that he was buying the gloves for someone, and then she was buying the gloves for herself.
I mean, arguably the best gift, the one you give yourself.
I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, me. Each episode will watch a rom-com and discuss its merits as a member of the rom-com genre.
We'll cover well-worn classics, hidden gems, and everything in between.
We'll give you our unsolicited opinion on every trope, caper, and flim-flam the film used, or maybe abused.
And of course,
The
Shenanigans. Today is Christmas in July, y'all.
Yay! It's my birthday episode!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. So excited. And this year, Jane has picked an absolute classic.
We are covering Serendipity.
Yay, Serendipity.
Yay! I haven't actually seen this.
I know, isn't that wild? I have seen this. I was a child, though. I think I must have watched it. Gosh, when would this have even been? I don't know, like
2001, so...
Oh, so yeah, no, actually, this would be a little later. So I think I must have watched it when I was like 13.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I never really heard of this. Like later on in life, I think I heard of it vaguely around, kind of, but it just completely escaped my world. I don't know why.
And like I had the opposite thing. My mother was kind of obsessed with this film and the concept of it and like the idea of fate. And so she watched it regularly. And when we were in New York, she made us go to Serendipity, the restaurant. So yeah, I've been to Serendipity a number of times. I enjoy bringing people there as well because the frozen hot chocolates are fantastic.
Oh, so they're real?
Oh yeah, the restaurant's real. And it is literally right around the corner from Bloomingdale's. So all of that is super accurate.
Oh my word. I can't believe I've never been.
Yeah, like that's absolutely a Christmas time classic is like a little shopping at Bloomingdale's while you're waiting for your reservation at Serendipity because it's usually a bit of a wait. So you'll come in on a busy evening or something, say like a table for two, and they'll be like, it'll be an hour. And you're like, cool, I'll go walk around Bloomie's for a bit or whatever.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it used to be right by Dylan Candy Bar.
Yeah, before it closed.
Yeah, it was that whole corner.
Next time I'm in New York around Christmas time, we must totally do that.
Yes, I will absolutely do it. And one of the most exciting things is this was not true for a really long time, and I used to have to take Lactaid and suffer. But they now have frozen hot chocolate that is lactose-free. They have some vegan desserts now.
So exciting.
They've like updated menu items and stuff, which did not exist when I first moved to the city. So
I love New York during the holidays. I think it's so pretty and romantic.
It's really magical.
And you can smell the nuts roasting and all the displays in the stores, and it's just so pretty. And then we won't talk about what happens after New Year.
Right. Also, as a PSA, people should know those roasted nuts smell incredible in the cold. Don't buy them. They're okay.
Just appreciate the smell more than the actual product.
Exactly.
This is true, because I fell for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, these smell amazing.
The almonds are solid.
I got the cashews.
I think they're okay.
They were fine.
But
they didn't live up to the hype of the smell.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But decent.
Yeah. So in case you aren't familiar with this film, we'll give you a quick plot synopsis. John and Sarah share a meet-cute when they try to buy the same gloves and proceed to share a magical few hours together.
However, Sarah decides, for arbitrary reasons, to leave it up to fate if they should be together. So she sends clues into the world so that they can find each other.
Shenanigans ensue! spoiler alert, it doesn't really work, right?
No.
Fate keeps getting in the way while simultaneously trying to keep them connected. It doesn't make much sense.
No.
And then something like 7 years go by?
Is it really 7 years?
Yeah, the film
Oh,
says a
goodness.
few years later, but at some point, I think Jeremy Piven's character, Dean, the best friend, says something like, you shared a single night with this girl like 7 years ago.
Oh, God.
Yeah, someone mentions an amount of time that I just found absolutely wild.
I didn't realize it was 7 years.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why she doesn't recognize him.
I remember reading several.
Oh, they both have moments where they look around like, is that him? Is that her? They don't know
Right.
because it's been so long. Do they even remember what the person looks like?
That's wild.
Yeah.
After just spending such a short amount of time together, they throw it all away for love.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. They managed to toe the line, and I think the performances are so well executed that even though you are picking it apart, you still kind of buy into it.
Oh, yeah.
But it is just bananas. Like, these two people just spent this one night together almost a decade ago, and they both like throw away their fiancés in pursuit of this person who they don't know.
Yeah, that they don't know at all. If you pick it apart anymore, it gets crazier. I admit, I'm a New York City girly. I love it here. I know it's not for everyone, but it's certainly for me. And
Yeah.
our leads have decided to live happily ever after in New York at the end. John Cusack's character, John, never left. But Kate Beckinsale's character had left, and she's living in San Francisco now. And this is the part that gets me. It makes no sense for her to move back to New York City. He should have moved to San Fran, given that he's just filming for a local broadcast station. He can get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
She's a therapist. She has clients in San Francisco that are not moving with her. So, like, she's going to do what now? Restart her practice as well? All over?
Wild.
And that's coming from me, a New York or nowhere girl, saying it doesn't make sense, but we needed it to happen so that we could get the Bloomingdale's
them
scene at the
toasting
end.
their anniversary in front of the gloves.
Right. That they bring their own alcohol into the shop is so funny to me.
And where the glove display is hasn't changed in the last decade. Like, it's still exactly the same kinds of gloves in exactly the same place.
And thank goodness for the lovely cameo of Eugene Levy, who shows up not once, but twice
Yeah.
as the salesperson at Bloomingdale's.
Doing the most.
Yeah.
Inhaling the scenery.
Yeah, not chewing.
He's like vacuuming up that scenery.
So funny. Naturally, this film is filled with tropes. I'll read the list.
Yeah.
We've got a meet cute and a kind of re-meet cute.
A kind of. I didn't put it down, but when I was doing the shenanigans, I was like, we kind of have a re-meet cute.
Yeah. We have music doing the most.
Of course.
Of course. We've got a fake out kiss. We've got meddling weather. We've got dating other people. We have best friends. We have a dramatic chase, which is the entire film, because the entire film is them accidentally missing each other by moments.
Yeah, the entire thing.
Yeah. We have girl put on your shoes, subsection 3, I think,
Yeah, 3.
which is girl put on your coat.
coat.
Girl, where is your coat?
Girl, I think your friend even asks you, where's your coat, girl?
Girl, that is a chunky sweater with holes. You are freezing.
Girl, please put on your coat. At this point, I'll settle for a jacket, but like, you truly need a coat. It's snowing.
A windbreaker even, please.
Something. Like, this often bothers me
Yeah,
after I've experienced snow in real life.
of course.
When you see the open, exposed neck and even chest area. And I'm just like, why? Why? So cold.
And I might go out in winter with an exposed neck. Maybe the coat isn't zipped all the way, but it's because I wore too many layers.
Yeah.
I simply need ventilation.
Mm-hmm.
But that is just not what's happening here with Sarah.
No.
She's basically fully exposed.
Yeah.
She's just hanging out there in the element. She's got to be freezing.
The sweater isn't even fully zipped up or anything. It's
No.
like, there's open pockets. Like, there's just all this openness.
Is she even wearing a hat?
I don't know. I was too distracted by the lack of coat.
And after all of this, after everything they went through to find each other, you're just gonna lay down in the snow outside on the ground?
Right.
What? No.
You're on an ice skating rink.
Unbelievable.
Extra cold.
There is no shelter. You're gonna get
No.
frostbite or die of exposure.
Okay, well, we've made our feelings very plain about this trip. Where do we want to officially start?
I love this meet cute.
Oh,
and
same.
I love the re-meet cute, and I guess the re-meet
Yeah.
cute. I suppose there's 3. We have this incredible opening montage. It's Christmas in New York. It's slowly transition into Bloomingdale's. We follow a shop girl down an escalator leading to the sales floor. It's hustle and bustle. Frenzied shoppers are grabbing at things. Everybody's waited to the last minute to shop. It's what, 3 days before Christmas?
Everyone's stressed.
Yeah, and the worker has restocked a glove display, and immediately hands grab at the gloves. 2 specifically, John and Sarah's, reach out for a black pair of the same time, and they banter about who will have them, and it's all really quite fun. I love it.
Yes. And then while they're arguing about it, then an older gentleman comes in and like grabs the gloves from the display. You're like, no, wait.
They're like, those are ours. It's a whole thing. And they wear the guy down, and he's eventually like, sure, have them. Merry Christmas. And he leaves. I appreciate the New Yorkness of it all. Like, it was a kindness. He gives them the gloves.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it nicely. And that's why I love this city.
It's how a New Yorker helps you with directions. It's not going to be like a kind, lovely encounter, but they will help to get where you're going. Like they'll show you that kindness.
Right. It's the yeah, I'm going the same way, walk with me.
Yeah. Chop, chop.
I'm not stopping though, so hustle.
I'll drop you off.
Then after the whole glove debacle, they decide to get a bite to eat. Maybe it's just dessert. I can't remember. And they end up at Serendipity 3, one of New York City's most absolutely whimsical institutions. Highly recommend. The
Aw.
interior is crazy in the best way. It's giving Mad Hatter Tea Party. So many Tiffany-style lamps out. So they have their little bites. They decide to part ways. He asks for her number and she says no. Then they both end up, what? All the way home, and she realizes she left the gloves and he left the scarf.
Yeah.
So they both double back to the restaurant at the same time. And she decides, well, fate did this. It's a re-meet cute number 1. And then what the hell? Let's hang out for the rest of the night since fate wants us to, I guess.
Yeah.
So cute.
She's like, what do you want to do? And he's like, I don't care. And she's like, okay, let's go then. And off they go.
And again, very accurate. God, the respect towards the actual geography of New York City that this film gives. So, the ice skating rink in Central Park is on the Lower East Side of the park, which is directly across from Bloomingdale's and Serendipity 3.
Yay!
It is a little bit of a walk, but like a 20-minute walk. It makes sense. This stuff drives me crazy.
It works out. Unlike some other films we've covered.
That think you're gonna get anywhere across Midtown in 15 in a cab. Give me a break.
Anywho.
Unbelievable.
This one didn't do that.
No. And then finally, what is it? She decides to fuss around with the elevators. Such a funny scene. They end up, do you remember the name of the hotel? I'm forgetting.
Oh my
It's one of
goodness,
the
why am I
famous ones.
blanking?
I just can't remember.
Yeah, it's one of the famous ones.
Yeah, it's not the Plaza, but it's
The
like...
Waldorf Astoria.
There we go. Thank you. So they end up at the Waldorf Astoria. Who knows why she just walked in there and just decides to go up the elevators.
Who knows?
Crazy security here. They go on opposite elevator banks, and she's like, if we pick the same floor, then I'll give you my number because we're meant to be. Before that, they've also like done their cute little like shenanigans with their information, right? Oh God, there's so many pieces that are all intertwined. The point being that they split up the gloves, and then at the end with the final re-meet cute. It's not winter. The ice skating rink at Central Park is currently a roller rink, and he goes out there, lays in the center of it, and the glove from 7 years ago floats in the magical weather and floats down right onto his chest. And he knows it's her.
He knows.
And he gets up and he turns around, and there she is. I can't.
How did you know I'd be here?
It's just crazy stuff here. It's so funny.
So funny. So we've mentioned a little bit of the magical weather floating the glove down, but when the meddling weather involved is when they're on the street and he asks for her name and number and she writes it down as she's giving it to him, like literally as he's taking it from her, whoosh, the wind goes and blows it out into the universe. And he's like, no, that doesn't count. She's like, nope, that's the universe saying we shouldn't be together right now.
And then, like, he wants a redo to see if they're going to be together. And so she writes her name inside of the book that she has on her person, Love in the Time of Cholera. She says she's finished the book and she plans to sell it to a used bookstore in the morning. He'll never know which one. If the book ends up back in his hand, it's meant to be. And she also takes out a $5 bill, asks him to write his name in, like, pink or red, some very, like, distinct color on the back of the 5, his name and number, and he does, and then she immediately goes and spends it. And so now there's 2 objects out in the world, and they have to see whether or not they'll get them back. Crazy work.
So unnecessary.
And then he still begs her to please, like, just give it a chance, like, do something more real. So that's when they go in the Waldorf Astoria. They end up at the elevator bank. And the elevator bank, like, the separate sides of the elevator bank go at different times. They get in their respective elevators, and she's like, if we press the same floor, it's meant to be. And they do press the same floor.
Except do.
An insane child dressed as a devil, not for Halloween, but for Christmas.
Right? What was going on with this kid? It was not Halloween. Why was this child dressed as a devil? Yeah,
his dad has given up long ago.
It.
And like, the kid presses all the buttons, so now they have to stop at every floor, and she waits a little bit and then ends up giving up. And, like, slowly but surely, as they go up the elevator, they're gathering additional passengers who are now also invested in him finding her.
What tickled me was that floor they both pressed. It's 25 for Christmas.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's
that
cheating.
Tickled me so much.
Yeah, of course. That's so funny.
See how suggestible we are as humans. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's Christmas time. 25.
That's so good. So yeah, it's just like the constant. So like, okay, I know this isn't the tropes and I'm skipping around now, but like the ability for this film to constantly have them miss each other narrowly is bonkers. In John's pursuit of trying to find her information, he goes back to Bloomingdale's. He then goes to a warehouse in Brooklyn to try to find the credit card statement information. He then finds the rental that she was in, and he finds the guy that she used to live with her boyfriend. And from there he finds the Housing Connection Agency, which is just above Serendipity, where Eve and Sarah had just had lunch, and they just miss each other again. It's just over and over that Eve sees her friend from college. Oh, her friend's getting married to who? To John. To John. What crazy work, you guys. That she's in New York and John decides to fly all the way.
Yeah, that was
to San Francisco
so
on the
wild.
night before his wedding.
The day before he's supposed to get married.
With Dean? You guys spent...
Guys, what's the plan here? How much were those tickets?
And it's that's in the middle of the summer or something, but still, like, that's what, $1,000?
Bananas.
And then they go over, and I do love the casting, right? The fact that they found someone who looks so much like they could be Sarah's sister, so then he really can't remember if that's her or not in the window because Sarah's sister is house sitting. Just the close calls over and over again with these two. Unbelievable.
Exhausting.
Exhausting. The whole entire film, because of all of these close calls, the entire film is a dramatic chase.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the music, like I'm dovetailing a bit into music doing the most as well.
Yeah.
The music aids in that frenzy because the stakes aren't actually that high. There's no real urgency to find each other, but it's created by the fact that, yes, they both have weddings coming up, but it's just like this frantic energy, like helped by the music, just driving it, like this sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And so talking about music doing the most, we start off quite strong with that opening sequence we spoke about already. We go in so hard with the brass band.
Wild.
I actually do appreciate when films do this, when you hear the music or sound overhead and it transitions into something that is really happening. So we see the actual band outside Bloomingdale's. Then after Sarah and John part ways at Serendipity the first time, John is already giving sad boy energy.
Such sad boy energy.
He's so sad for so much of this.
He's basically like kicking the floor as he go, like scuffing, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Oh, woe's me. You know? Oh, shucks. You know, one of those.
So
The
good.
song that's playing is, I can feel my heart, try to clean it, but it just gets worse.
Yep.
So dramatic for the beginning.
So funny.
The second time they part ways, after now they've had this whole debacle where he missed her with the whole lift thing going awry, we have no song with lyrics, but we have the saddest, most depressing strings.
Yeah, wild.
So sad. Then when Sarah's being proposed to, the song is I Don't Want to Wait in Vain for Your Love. And this is very telling. Because she doesn't want to wait in vain for John, so she's moving on to this other guy who...
Just wild. And I mean, like, he's not a bad guy, just
No.
clearly not for her.
Yeah, they're just not a good match.
I just love, too, Molly Shannon's quote in the middle of the film is probably the best explanation. She just says, this guy you're with, he's fine. Even with his weird Eastern music, we
Yeah.
hope is just a phase. I'm just like, yeah.
Good. It was just a added layer of the mismatch between these two.
Yeah.
And music doing the most as part of a plot point. John is getting all these clues that is pushing him towards Sarah, which we'll talk about more in the shenanigans, but including the bike messenger singing, "It's you and me forever, Sarah," as John is in the cab.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, music was doing the most so much in this.
Uh-huh.
When she is flying towards him and he's searching for her, the music is, I want you to get together. So it's like the universe saying we want these people to get together. And then after John is gifted the book by his fiancée, the song that is playing is, and you know that you know who you love and you can't deny it. It's doing so much.
Yeah. He gets that, and then she's in the plane. Was there more music when she finds hers on the plane?
It was just sort of like the swelling kind of music because she goes into this like shock.
Okay.
She can't believe that she's seeing Bull. Like everything slows down.
Oh, yeah. With all of these close calls, there's a point like when the two girlfriends are eating at Serendipity, Eve pays and has the $5 bill in her wallet from that point on through the rest of the film. And the night before John is to be married, his fiancée gifts him a wedding gift, to which he opens because for all the years they've been together, she has seen every time he goes to a bookstore, he picks up Love in the Time of Cholera and never buys it, and he doesn't have a copy because she's so thoughtful and that she's always noticed he does this, and she buys him a copy. And what is it? It's the copy.
Diabolical. This film is diabolical.
Oh, yeah.
And we have close calls with him in this book before. Like we have a bit of a fake out where he's left the rehearsal, I think. And he comes across this guy selling secondhand books, and we see Love in the Time of Cholera. And we're like, oh my goodness.
Is this the one?
Is this going to be the book? Is this the book? And he opens it and it's blank.
Yep. But this is the one. It's actually the one, which is crazy. It's a first edition.
It's so crazy.
And then, of course, Eve has bought a Prada knockoff, a Prado, and the wallets get flip-flopped and switched. And so Eve stays behind to go to the wedding.
Yeah.
And Sarah gets on a plane to go home and has the wrong wallet. So when she opens up the wallet to pay for the headphones, she makes the realization that that's the $5 bill from 7 years ago.
As the air hostess is like handing it off to someone else as change.
With John's information.
Yeah.
And so these close calls are just unbelievable throughout.
They really are pushing the fate narrative with this, because we see all the near misses and then yet they do find their way back to each other.
It's still crazy too, right? That there's only so many ways that this could work. Fate and not fate. And like they even start the film off with this, right? Like Sarah has become a woman of science. She's a psychologist.
Yeah.
And Molly Shannon's character Eve has a new age cafe and tchotchke shop.
She doesn't believe in any of it.
She doesn't believe in anything. And so we've got this conflict that was very 90s and early aughts, the like new age versus science.
Yeah.
And that story kind of plays throughout. And so it's a constant push and pull throughout the entire film of like, is this fate? Is this coincidence? Is this the universe saying they shouldn't be together? If the universe is saying they shouldn't be together that many times at the beginning, why do they keep thinking about each other? Why did she fight it so hard?
Yeah.
Why is it all happening now?
Yeah.
Also, like, even just the $5 bill, right? Like, a lot of money, it typically stays in a localized place.
Which is why I didn't leave New York.
Not only did it not leave New York, it didn't leave the block.
Yeah.
That $5 bill was outside of Serendipity that he signed it, and she paid for something on the street with a street vendor. That $5 bill literally just made its way back into Serendipity.
Yeah.
And so when you take these kind of pieces together, it's like, yeah, 25 for Christmas. They both just had Christmas on their minds. Yeah, the $5 bill never left the block. Yeah, there's only so many first editions in New York City of this book. So, like, how much of it is fate? What do we believe?
Right.
And I don't know. It's kind of up to the viewer.
Yeah. Well, I know we touched quite a bit of the shenanigans more than usual in the tropes, but shall we go into shenanigans proper?
Shenanigans proper!
Shenanigans proper! Okay, my first beef with this was when she was explaining serendipity and they going over instances of serendipity and they mention Christopher Columbus discovering America, and I'm like, that wasn't serendipity. That's not the definition of the word. No.
Yeah, no.
No.
It was a different time.
Yeah, it was.
And a little bit after that, when he goes up the elevator at the Waldorf Astoria, and he's always just moments behind her. She's just around the corner. Now she's just behind that car.
Yeah.
But now he's lost her, and he's starting to get frantic, wanting just so badly to find her that he's just grabbing women with hair that's similar to her. I'm like, you can't do that.
My guy, can we stop grabbing women in the street?
Please.
Like, can we please?
You can't do this.
Something also that was really funny was when they go ice skating and she falls and he tends to her wound. We don't see the wound. They were like, we're not going to bring makeup budget in for this.
No.
We're not going to show a wound.
It's too much work.
We don't have time for that.
Right. When he gets all sad boy after getting rejected and he's like kicking the pavement, he literally kicks a mound of slushy water and he hits some pedestrians walking by. He has to run over and say, I'm sorry.
What? I missed that.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Oh,
of pedestrians that had just walked across the sidewalk and off frame, and he gets upset, kicks the slush, and then he looks off camera and goes, oh, sorry, and runs off screen. It's very funny. Part of me wants to believe that in real life, he accidentally hit the real extras and he's genuinely saying sorry and running off camera because it was an accident for real. And also with the magical weather that took away Sarah's number in the first place, the wind gets kicked up because a sanitation vehicle goes by. And I wrote down, oh boy, fate is a garbage truck.
In New York it is.
Yeah, creating a swirling vortex for some reason.
Going back to all the Sarah signs, we spoke about the bike messenger singing Sarah, but to go through them, he is at a golf club and he hears a woman with a British accent and it's like, she sounded like her.
Right.
And then he's supposed to go get a haircut and the stylist he usually sees isn't there. And the new one is like, hi, I'm Sarah. And he's like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. But the added button on this is when he gets back home and his fiance is like, oh, great haircut, by the way. And it's like, he didn't get a haircut.
Yeah. Oh, girl.
Oh, it's so rough. I feel for her, honestly.
I know.
Like, when she can feel that something isn't right and she's just asking for reassurance and she's like, say something to me, say something romantic. And John is like what?
She's like, tell me I'm the only woman in the world for you.
Yeah. the only goal in the universe for me. And he's saved by having to do that or having a tough conversation by the smoke alarm going off.
Unbelievable.
Wild.
It was just such a bummer. She's just looking for reassurance. But like we said, they managed to handle the other relationships in this film quite well. And the reason why I think it works is because ultimately they're both on a wild goose chase. They both come to their own individual conclusions that the person that they had been with in the past is never going to happen.
Yeah.
And at any point, either of them could have decided to cut their losses, go back with their ex, get married. And by closing the door on the mystery person, they both independently decide and realize that they are with the wrong person for them currently, even if it's at the expense of other people's feelings and a bunch of other shenanigans.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she had just gotten engaged, and
Yikes.
it is the day of his wedding, but better late than never. But I feel so bad for the other people.
Yeah, for her specifically, for John's fiance specifically.
Yeah.
But I agree. I do like the fact that they arrive at this conclusion without having found each other yet.
It's the only thing that makes it palatable.
Yeah, absolutely. So they really thread the needle with that one, because I would have felt super icky if they meet each other and then they were reunited and then they have to break things off with their respective fiancés. That would have just been awful. It's already sucks. But the fact that they weren't certain from the get-go with their other partners just shows that there's something wrong, and this is just an additional thing to obsess over.
Totally.
Something that was really funny about Sarah trying any which way with no real plan to find John is when they land in New York, they get into a cab and she's just take us anywhere in New York.
I don't know what that means.
The cabbie's not having it.
I wouldn't either.
No one should be, because what do you mean?
What am I supposed to do with that?
What? Give me something. Give me a street.
Anything. Seriously.
Some sort of guidance. You could be well, you somewhere in New York already. What do you mean?
Yeah.
She didn't specify Manhattan.
If what you want to do is find him, then go back to the scene of the crime, girl.
Exactly. Which, literally, that's where he was in any case.
He was literally so taken by you that he's tricked his fiance years later into getting married at the hotel you guys had a moment in.
Right.
Crazy.
What I'm really learning is that these two are highly suggestive.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
Highly suggestive and obsessive.
Yes, that too. Something that freaked both Jasmine and I out so much. We were able to watch this movie together so we could chat. The thing where she touches the bubble gum that he's placed
Blech.
on the bench at the golf club. Disgusting. And first of all, no matter who you are, ew. But she touches it with this wistful feeling, almost she knows somehow that it's his.
Right. This
you know
was
what I mean?
after she came to the realization, and she had this sign that said, "We have to go to the driving range," or whatever.
Ugh.
And he had been filming there earlier that morning, so she's not wrong, but
Yeah, repulsive.
Yeah.
Why?
Meanwhile, Eve is being such a good friend, but this is just getting worse and worse for her. Eve
Yeah.
gets slammed with the golf ball and then slammed with the golf club.
And then she doesn't even get to attend a nice wedding because it got called off.
I can't.
The gum on the bench, I couldn't.
No.
Couldn't.
Mm-mm.
Disgusting.
Crazy. Oh, I have a very silly shenanigan.
Go for it.
So after John and Sarah meet, a screen says a few years later, we're sitting at the rehearsal dinner or whatever for John's wedding. You haven't seen the woman yet, so you don't know who it is that he's marrying. Dean, the best man, is giving a beautiful speech about the two of them. He's all sweetness, talking a big game about his own wife, and we find out later that they're getting divorced. Jeremy Piven's character in this Dean as the best friend is so supportive,
Yeah.
just trying to keep his best friend realistic and grounded that this woman he has now is awesome and he could be making a mistake. And when John talks about finding the book with Sarah's number and signs, you know, he must be thinking, like, my own marriage is falling apart, so let's go ahead and make a big swing.
Yeah.
At some point later on, they're running around, and Dean starts to give a rant about people making a lot of money on .coms back in the 90s and aughts. And the part of this that kills me is, so, right, they filmed this in, like, the 90s probably, because the film came out in 2001, right? So this rant that he has talking about the .com burst and all of rich people that have been making their millions off of websites that don't produce anything or add value. Like, as an example, Mark Cuban made his millions because he had a pointless .com that he was able to sell before the burst, which happens in 2001. It's
crazy.
so funny to me. I don't know when the film came out, but they were psychic or something because they filmed that rant years before the burst.
Wow. They had their own South Park moment.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like they knew.
What an interesting best friend, because he is quite complex. Like, we don't usually get this level of complexity for the best friend's own stories.
Yeah.
And he goes on a full journey, and he is super supportive while also saying to John, this is kind of crazy, but I'm going to help you. Like, he really is there for his friend. And a moment that I really liked was John has called off the wedding. He has also given up on finding Sarah. And Dean is like, what kind of pep talk can I give you? And is like going through the list of like different potential pep talks.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It's very sweet. He's a good friend.
Yeah. Eve is also a good friend. Like, they have really good friends. She had every right to be super pissed.
Yeah.
When she found out that this, quote, birthday present was actually Sarah just trying to find John. And is super supportive and caring and is there for her.
There are worse things than an all-expense paid stay
Yeah.
at the Waldorf Astoria. All things considered, that's still a pretty solid birthday present, even if she had ulterior motives.
And she helped her out while also saying the likelihood of you finding him and for this to work out is like very slim, but I'm here for you, girl. I got you.
Yeah.
Good friend.
So much fun.
Playing into the John being a sad boy is at the rehearsal where he and his fiancée are standing up there and they're practicing, and he looks out to the crowd, and each person he looks to gives us like a big gleaming smile. They're so excited. They're so happy. You cut back to John and his fiancée, and both of them look so somber.
Yeah.
And so miserable. And it's like, here's some clues.
Yep. Imagine being at the very end of your own marriage, but it's like, here's my best friend. I better not say anything right now because I just want to not overshadow his own marriage. Like, you know what I mean? He's being really chill about it. He's doing his best.
The guy who was like striking the wedding setup was so unnecessarily
obtuse about it.
Yeah. Amused and cryptic.
It's so funny.
So funny. Because we have Sarah rushing in, like she's figured out where John is and that he's getting married and where it's happening.
Well, that's the craziest part. So she rushes off of the plane after seeing the $5 bill.
Yeah.
She calls the number. The number ends up at a apartment building somewhere else, whatever. She goes all the way to an apartment building where he does currently live and finds the super outside and it says, "Where is John?" And he's like, "What, you're late to the wedding?" She's like, "A wedding?" He's like, "Yeah, at the Waldorf Astoria." Goes all the way back out there, runs in to try to stop the wedding. And as she bursts in, half the chairs are already put away.
Yeah. And this guy is just like, the wedding is finished.
Yeah, she's like, "Wait, no."
Because it didn't even start.
She's devastated. She bursts in and she's like, "Is it over?" And he says, "Yeah, it's over."
The chuckle was just crazy.
But that's it. He says, "Yeah, it's over." And she's like, "Oh, man. Okay." And she turns around and slowly starts to walk away. Thank goodness he says one more thing or she would have gotten on a plane and none of the rest of this happens.
Right.
He's just like, "Yeah, but don't worry. You're going to get your gifts back probably." And she's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. They usually give the gifts back.
And she's like, what does that mean? She's so confused. He's like, well, yeah, it's over because it never happened. And it's just like, wait, why did you do it like this? This was the most confusing way you could have done it.
The most unnecessarily cryptic way. Also, why would you assume that she's a guest? She's not dressed for a wedding. And isn't it striking you as odd that she comes in saying, like, stop?
Right?
What a wild leap to be like, oh, don't worry, you'll get your gifts back. When it's like, this woman is not dressed for an event.
This is an interloper, sir. Again, where is the security at the Waldorf Astoria? Why are people going up and down elevators who are not staying there? Why are people bursting into weddings when they're not invited? Crazy.
We didn't see any staff at all.
That shit would not fly now. That's not how anything works anymore.
I mean, I don't know if that's very prevalent there now, but like you only have access to the room you're staying on.
Yeah, we have key cards. You have to scan them.
Yeah, you can only go to like the 6th floor.
Yeah.
The early 2000s were a different time.
I only have one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
As they both go on their like sad, wistful, live with your choices montage, John's walking around upset about things at the end. I don't remember exactly how he got it. Was it a letter from Dean? But he's opened up a letter from Dean, which is a fake obituary. It's like an obituary, not to John specifically,
but like John's love life. I don't know why, but it is just the funniest thing to me. John reads it, we get a voiceover.
Which was supposed to be his best man speech.
Yeah.
But he couldn't find a way to write the best man speech. What came out was an obituary.
Yeah.
And Dean writes obituaries for his job. Like, it's
just unhinged. What a way to write a best man speech. I wish he could have given it to a room. Truly. Like, weird flex, but yes. Like, if I write an entire incredible speech that's also an obituary and I don't get to perform it for the masses, I am sending you a hard copy in the mail. That's so funny.
Well, that leads us to
Fun Fab Bill.
For me, it's a fun.
Yeah, it's solid fun.
It's a good fun.
I can see this being a comfort movie fab for a lot of other people. I wish it was a little more laugh out loud kooky. It's a little grounded, and I love a little more corniness. But yeah, this is a really fun classic, and it holds up.
It holds up really well. Like I said, this is the first time I'm watching it as an adult with everything that brings with it.
I was worried because I didn't remember much about it, and so I was like, this could go real bad.
But it holds up super well. The performances are really great. I like the characters.
Yeah.
For me, what also kind of prevents it from being a fab, in addition to not having that history with it, is that in terms of rom-coms, they are very much on their own journeys. Like, we see very little of them interacting with each other.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
true.
And for me, like a fab rom-com, like I need the couple to, like I need to see that dynamic
throughout.
And the shenanigans and the tropes that go with that, like building that.
Yeah.
Makes it so much more satisfying. Like, as a film, as it stands on its own, it's great. I really enjoyed it. But in terms of like rom-com specifically.
And their chemistry is very strong at the beginning, but I can see how like not getting those little morsels of chemistry throughout, it does make a difference.
But I'll definitely watch this again. It was super charming.
Yep, agreed.
Super whimsical. Really nice.
Yeah, I would absolutely watch this again. And I will bring people to Serendipity 3 in the 60s on the East Side. Anytime you want, come see me in New York City. I love going there. Well, that brings us to
our favorite segment.
Give me the cheese.
Give me the cheese, please.
Cheese. Okay.
Cheese.
Yep. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
3,
2, 1. Mayo yogurt
Lancashire.
combo. Oh.
Fun.
Where are we? What was before this?
Who knows? I think you went first the last time we recorded something, since we're doing such an interesting season this year. Our recording schedule is crazy because my schedule is crazy. So I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and then you can be best for last birthday.
Oh.
So I chose a Lancashire, and a Lancashire is a cheese that's very similar to a cheddar, but it would be like a mild to medium cheddar. So it's got a beautiful cheesy flavor. It's actually a little more crumbly, a little buttery. It's the kind of cheese where like it feels familiar, but it's different.
Right.
Like how when they find each other, it's like these little familiar moments, the touching of the gum. Ooh, I think he was here.
You had to use that moment specifically.
Yeah, I liked it because it's funny to me. But there's moments of familiarity while it's still being not quite what you remember, or just being like a little memory of what you thought you were going to get, which is a little bit like their journey throughout this film. It's also a sweeter cheese, like similar to a cheddar, but on the sweet side. This film is a little sweeter. It's not sharp like a sharp cheddar. This is a mild, sweet, buttery, cheddar-y type of cheese. And most importantly, it's British. And that's why this film, for me, is a Lancashire.
Aw, cute. So, you know, when you want to make a pasta salad or you're making a tartar sauce and you don't want to go all in with the mayo, and so you're adding some full-fat Greek yogurt to like cut through that intensity of the mayo.
Yeah.
So I have two things that can live separately, aka John and Sarah's separate journeys, but when they come together, it makes something quite magical.
Ooh.
And you don't notice the yogurt so much that you feel like you're fully replacing the mayo. So you're like towing the line. Like we didn't quite notice how icky, uncomfortable this could have been if they just like left their respective partners for each other. They managed to navigate it so it's just satisfying and not jarring.
Mm-hmm.
And then also these things you may have noticed, you will have noticed, not cheese, but dairy world adjacent kind of. And that's how I kind of feel why this movie couldn't get a fab, was because, yes, it is a rom-com, but it's also more about their individual journeys that brings each of them to each other, and not about this joint journey that they're on together that we get to see play out.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, that is why it's a mayo and full-fat Greek yogurt combo. Delightful. If no one has tried it yet, highly recommend. Really delightful.
Aw, that's so nice. Well, everyone, there you have it. That was our Christmas in July Jane birthday extravaganza discussion of Serendipity.
Let us know your thoughts on the movie, any shenanigans we may have missed, or what cheese you think it is.
You can follow us on Instagram at shenanigansandsoupod, or you can email us at shenanigansandsoupod@gmail.com.
We hope you'll join us next time, and until then,
if we're supposed to meet again, we'll meet again.
Bye. I should make frozen hot chocolate for Christmas because it's summer.
Oh yeah, I'll send you. They make mix that you can make it at home.
That's fun.
If I end up near there, I will send you a tub of it.
Aww. Just realized that this is coming out in my winter and your summer, so it will switch hemispheres.
That's how early we're filming this, gang. It's not even actual Christmas.